Hey, good morning, geometries, periods 3 and 4. It's Mays coming at you on the very first day of June from room 308. I've got a little semester test prep for you today. I would like to go over finding the area of a triangle, and then we're going to find the length of some sides, and we're going to find the measure of the angles. Basically, we're going to do something called solve the triangle. And we solve a triangle, we're finding all 6 pieces, the measure of 3 legs and the measure of 3 angles. Now notice that nowhere in that statement did I say anything about a right triangle. If it's a right triangle, it's pretty simple. But anyway, this is a non-right triangle, all right? So let's flip this around and show you what we got. Okay, so I'm going to start with something that looks like this. I'm going to give you a triangle ABC. I'm going to give you the length of side C, the length of side A, and the measure of angle B. Notice that A, the length of side A, is opposite angle A. C is opposite angle C, and B, which we don't know, is opposite of angle B. Some of you are making an error in that, and you're putting pieces in the wrong place because you're forgetting how triangles are labeled. All right? So digest that. So the first thing I would like to do is find the area of this triangle. Okay, to find the area of this triangle, all right, we're going to find the area of a non-right triangle. Go to page 508 of your textbook. You will find 3 different forms to find the area of a triangle depending on what information you are given. All right? They're all basically the same form. The trick to this formula is you have to have 2 sides and an included angle. Okay, so we have the measure of angle B and the length of the initial and the terminal sides. In other words, we have an angle and 2 sides. It's an included angle and 2 sides, to be more specific. Now, which angle do we have? We have angle B, okay? So we're going to go up here, and we're going to find the one that says sine B, okay? If I had the measure of angle C, I'd be looking for that one, okay? But I have the measure of angle B. So I go to that equation right there, all right? And I plug the values in. And the area of this triangle is 54.38 square units, okay? You punch sine 65 in your calculator, hit enter, and then multiply that by 60, you should get 54.38, okay? That's using those 3 formulas to find the area of a non-right triangle given 2 sides and an included angle, all right? Now, let's find the length of that side B. To accomplish that task, thou shalt use the law of cosines. Now, once again, there are 3 versions of this. Depending on what information you have, you will choose one of those, okay? All right, now what am I looking for? I'm looking for B. I'm looking for the length of side B. So see that one right there that says B squared? I'm going to solve that for B squared, all right? Do I have an A and a C and a cosine B? I do. Pick the middle one, okay? You're trying to find B, pick the one that you can solve for B. If I was looking for A, I'd pick the top one. If I was trying to find C, I'd pick the bottom one. But I'm not. I'm looking for B, okay? Now, B squared, plug your values in. Okay, take the cosine of 65, do a little algebra, combine some like terms, and B squared is equal to 142.57, and B is equal to 11.94. All right, that's all calculator work. You should definitely know how to do that. Now I know the length of all 3 sides and the measure of one angle. To solve this triangle, I need to solve for at least, well, for one more angle, and then I'll just subtract the 2 that I have from 180, and that'll give me the 3rd one, right? Of course. Now, the law of sine will help you do that. That's on page 509. Now, the law of sines looks something like this. The sine of angle A over the length of side A is equal to sine of angle B over the length of side B is equal to the sine of angle C over the length of side C. Or you can flip it all over and say that the length of side A over the sine of angle A is equal to the length of side B over the sine of angle B is equal to the length of side C over the sine of angle C, okay? Remember the ratios, you can do that. You can turn things over, okay? Now, you don't need to do both of these. I found both of them just to demonstrate that no matter which one I pick, they will still add to 180, okay? It doesn't matter which one you choose to solve for, it doesn't matter, okay? On this side over here, I chose to find the measure of angle C. Okay, so sine C over 10 is equal to sine 65 over 11.94, okay? Multiplying both sides by 10, sine C is equal to, after I found the sine of 65, multiplied it by 10 and divided it by 11.94, is equal to 0.7591. Now, this is where you have to use that inverse, or the second, okay? Because now you know the value of the sine ratio, you need to find the measure of the angle. So you'll use the inverse, or second sine, and then you'll put that in, 0.7591, hit enter, and the measure of angle C is 49.385 degrees, okay? And then you can take 180 minus 65 minus 49.385, and you will find that the measure of angle A is 65.63, okay? Well, there's a rounding issue in here of about 0.013. Anyway, if I chose to find the measure of angle A instead of C, I would set it up like this. The sine of angle A over 12 is equal to sine of 65 degrees divided by 11.94, multiplying both sides by 12, da-da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da-da. And now, once again, you know the value of that ratio. I need the measure of the angle. So use your inverse sine key, or second sine. 0.9109 in the measure of angle A, 65.63, okay? All right, so that walks us through several different components. Most of these are out of chapter 9, I think. So on your semester test, I do believe you face some of this. In fact, you might have a problem. Looks an awful lot like that. Okay, so there's your reference for page 508. A lot of order here. 509, 511. Okay? All right. I got a few emails this morning. I had some irritated parents that I actually loaded up some scores in the grade book prior to the end of the 29th. I realized that. Thank you very much. But as I have stated over and over and over, don't let the zero stop you. You turn it in, I'll take it, and I will update the grade book. Okay? So don't get excited. So, all right. So I will post some more videos today that have to do with areas and volumes for chapter 11, and then maybe some sector stuff out of chapter 10. So that's all I got for right now. Please, 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 please keep the questions flowing. I want that semester test by Wednesday at noon. So you have until then, folks, and I will still take coursework. Okay, I have some time to take some coursework, but just be mindful. Semester test does take priority. But if you have it, please turn it in, especially if you're very close to being on the right side of 60 or not being on the right side of 60. You need to get all you can turned in. All right, have fun with that, and until more to follow, Mays out.